Greg was one of my all-time favorites. Whew. Was she her usual cooperative self?
Of course, but then again, I didn't expect much else.
Tell me, Robert, have you talked to the mayor? You know, I've been wondering about what his position will be on all this.
Yeah, I spoke to Lee briefly this morning. Unfortunately, we never had time to get into it.
Yeah, but you will later.
Tomorrow. Tied up for the rest of the day on some speech he's going to give tonight.
You know, that story really puts the mayor on the spot. After all, he is responsible for the people he's appointed, and Rick Weber is one of his appointees.
Yeah, I know. But hopefully, when we discuss this again, I'll have something a little more solid for him.
I know what you mean. Then maybe by tomorrow you can talk to Brock.
Well, I've been trying to get through to the guy for the last few hours.
What about that woman, Ginny Baker?
I want to talk to Blake. I want to talk to her, too. Reminds me. Listen, have you reached Brock yet? I see. Well, you let me know, won't you? Thank you. Line's still busy.
Hurry took it off the hook.
Look, why don't we stop mucking about with this guy and just send a car around and drag him in?
Oh, I'd love it. That'll be my pleasure.
And tell him this, will you? That if he's going to start leveling criminal accusations at people, that he's going to have to deal with me.
Okay. Brock, Commissioner for the record, Mr. Brock did come here willingly.
I just love the way you guys put it. Okay, what do you want?
Well, I want you to understand a few things, Brock. Are you aware that it is not only illegal to accept a bribe, but also illegal to offer one?
So?
So, if that story in the paper is true, then your Ms. Blake is guilty of a felony, specifically that of offering a city commissioner a bribe.
Oh, come off it. Now, you know as well as I do that that paper made it perfectly clear that she was just trapping Weber. What's more, it's equally clear that Weber was fishing for the bribes. To talk about police work, she did it for you.
How civic-minded of her. Now, I suppose this was done with your knowledge and consent.
No, she told me after the fact. If I was a dishonest person, all I had to do was shut my mouth. My food factory would be operating right now.
So, you went to the press after Rick Weber allegedly accepted a bribe from your employee.
That's right. I sacrificed my own business as a good citizen in order to do this, you see.
If you were a good citizen, you'd have come straight to the police. Instead of that, you went to the press. Now, why did you do that?
Well, because if I came to the police, I would have expected the same kind of treatment I'm getting now.
Now, let's get back to this employee of yours, Ginny Blake. Now, as I understand it, you had no prior knowledge or no advanced knowledge of this alleged bribe.
No.
She never told you that she intended to offer Dr. Weber a bribe?
Of course not.
And why did she do it?
Well, she hates corruption. The woman's got real guts, you know?
Another model citizen.
That's right.
You're aware, I'm sure, that since you were not part of offering of this bribe, nor were you present when it was offered, that at this point your testimony is pure hearsay. Now, is she prepared to testify to that under oath? And is she prepared to swear to all the allegations?
You're asking me? I don't know. Why don't you ask her?
I'd like to. How do I find her?
Beats me.
You mean you don't even know where your own employee is, how to locate her?
Well, she told me she needed a rest, so I gave her some time off. Now, I didn't even ask her where she's gone. She might have gone to New York. She might have gone elsewhere. I don't know.
You realize if you can't produce her, you have no case against Rick Weber.
Well, would you consider that a case?
Photostat copy of a check for $25,000 made out to Rick Weber.
That's right. Jenny Blake made sure she made a copy of it before she gave it to Weber. And she made sure she gave it to me before she left Port Charles.
How prudent of her.
Oh, you can't be too careful these days.
This happens to be a company check.
Why not? She did it for business reasons.
And she's not back at work.
What, are you hard of hearing? That's what I said. Now, look, if there's nothing more, I'll be on my way.
Listen to me, Brock. Now, you started a real mess here, but I intend to finish it. By the time the dust settles around here, it won't be Port Charles and Rick Weber that looks bad.
Oh, yeah? Well, I wish you luck. Because right now, it's precisely the city government and Rick Weber that looks terrible. Now, if you'll excuse me, please, gentlemen.
I think your winning that ski trip is just fantastic.
I do, too. I've never won anything before.
It'll do you both so much good, especially Grant. When he dropped off the skis just now, he seemed like his old self again.
I know. You should have seen him when he went off to get ski wax. He was practically skipping out of here.
I envy you both so much.
That's why you and Robert should come with us.
Believe me, I would love to.
Then do. Oh, Holly, it would be so perfect if you two came with us.
If it were up to me, I'd say yes right away. I mean, you know how bored I've been lately. I've been looking for something to do that's exciting.
Then come to Mount Alpine.
I don't know if Robert will take the time off. He's got so much work at the moment. And you know how conscientious he is.
Even a police commissioner is entitled to a few days off.
He hasn't taken a vacation since... I don't even remember when.
Well, that's it then. Make him go. That's all you have to do. Holly, I know you. I know that you can talk him into anything you really want him to do.
Sometimes.
Well, this is one of those times. Will you ask him?
I'll certainly try.
Well, I'm glad you got here so soon. You must be quite disturbed.
We're furious.
Understandably.
Well, we wanted you to know the whole story, most especially about Ginny Blake.
Tell me about her.
Oh, you can sum that up in one sentence. She was a woman who came to us claiming to be Mike's mother.
What?
And wanted him back.
Must have been quite a shock.
It was. She even produced the copy of a birth certificate.
Authentic?
Well, it seemed to be. In fact, we even took recent footprints, now, and compared them, and they compared exactly with the certificate.
To make it a very short story, we concluded that she was, in our opinion, Mike's mother.
How much pressure did she apply to you?
She threatened a court custody battle.
Go on.
Well, it got down to the wire as we were going to get into that court battle, which is something that neither one of us wanted for Mike at all. Then she suddenly decided to drop it.
Did she explain why she changed her mind?
Oh, yeah. She had met with the three of us at the hospital, Mike and Rick and me. And she said she saw how much we were a family and how he really did belong with us and how she couldn't take him away from that. But that she did want to give us money for him because she loved him so much.
Mm-hmm.
Money for what exactly?
Oh, it was to be a contribution to his education. Yeah. Neither one of us wanted that. We told her we didn't want it. But she began to insist, and it got to a point where we thought we had better accept it.
Well, she had said she would give up all claim to him and drop the custody suit.
And, she did give you this money, right?
Yes, she asked me to meet her at her hotel room, which I did, and she gave me $25,000.
A lot of this is all starting to make sense. One thing is very obvious, that Mr. Brock is very adroit at setting people up. This Ginny Blake seems to have left the scene as well.
Where is she?
Well, according to Brock, the poor girl needed a rest. Now, that may turn out to be a mixed blessing.
I don't understand.
Well, as long as she chooses to stay away, there can be no proceedings against Rick.
Well, that's good.
Well, as far as it goes, but without her, your name can never be truly cleared. In effect, Brock has won in that he's set out to defame you.
Look, I'm sure I could get a photocopy of that check and just swear under oath that it's exactly what it was. It was for Mike's education.
Brock turned over a photostat copy of that check to me. Now, it's not going to really help your cause that it turned out to be on a company check.
You're right. I remember noticing it at the time.
Oh, wonderful. This is just getting worse and worse, and there's just so much we can keep from Mike.
Does he know that this Ginny Blake claims to be his mother?
No.
No. Even if she is his mother. Too many unanswered questions.
All right, how will you get the answers for him?
Old-fashioned police work. We dig. Above all, we've got to buy a bit of time. First, we've got to find this Ginny Blake.
But in the meantime...
Well, there's nothing more you can do. I suggest you go home and try to go about your lives. I'll keep you posted.
Well, we're willing to cooperate. Anything that's necessary. Just let us know.
We'll talk soon.
Anytime you say, and Robert, I thank you very much.
Appreciate it. So much for being in the public eye.
Well, it has quite a few perks. This isn't one of them.
Thanks, Kurt.
We'll talk.
Sorry to interrupt, darling, but you are about to be kidnapped.
Oh? By whom and for what?
By Grant and Celia. And me, too. They want us to go skiing with them, and I would love to go, so please say yes.
Holly, I'm up to my numbers in work around here.
Oh, when weren't you? You can take a couple of days off.
What?
Please, say yes.
No, I mean, I can't. Part of the work is this Rick Brock business.
I know, I just saw Rick and Leslie in the hall. They said that nothing will be happening for at least a few days.
Yeah, well, that may be. But I've got other cases, you know.
All the more reason for you to take a few days off. Just think how fresh your mind will be after a few days away.
Yeah, well, it's a great bit of reasoning, but my mind is pretty fresh right now.
Could be even fresher after 2 or 3 days away on skis.
Yeah, what if I bust open my skull? Look, Holly, I'll tell you this, but I don't know the first thing about skiing.
Really?
Yeah.
But I do, darling. And teaching you could be so much fun. You do trust me as your teacher, don't you?
Implicitly.
Oh, well, then we're on, aren't we?
You know, I never will understand how you can just jackboot your way into my office here and just twist me around your little finger.
Is that a yes?
It's a yes, we'll go.
Picked up this technique in Chile.
Somehow, I wish you'd left it there.
No, this is the best conditioning exercise for skiing possible.
Personally, I prefer the old bend and stretch we used to do in Switzerland, remember?
No, this is much better. It's just like skiing. Now watch. The knees absorb the bounce. Up. Whoops. And down. Up.
Oh.
And down. Okay, now you try.
No, there must be a much easier way for me to get in shape.
There isn't.
Why don't I just avoid the advanced slopes for the first day?
No, Holly, even the intermediate slopes can hurt you if you're not in proper condition. Now, this exercise is the perfect way to get in shape.
All right, here goes, but if I fall, you better catch me.
I'm right here.
Okay. Right.
Oh, what?
Ow, 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 cramp.
Oh, well, pull your toes, stretch it out.
You think my body is trying to tell me something?
Holly, you used to be a great skier. What's happened?
A few years went by.
Well, wait till you get on the slopes. Everything will come rushing back to you.
Unless amnesia strikes. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Come on. Ooh. Ow. Okay, exercise class dismissed. See you on the slopes.
Thanks. Oh, we'll just wing it. We'll be fine. Expert skiers like us, we'll breeze through.
Mm-hmm. What about Robert? Any skiing in Australia?
None at all.
Oh, dear Lord, a true beginner?
On the slopes. Well, I believe in front of the fireplace he's quite advanced.
Oh, my. But no, he's not going to escape quite that easily. We're going to get him out of there if we have to drag him.
And we will. I'm going to teach him, even if he's kicking and screaming.
Oh, I remember when I first learned to ski. I could barely walk, but my parents had me on skis. I fell so much, I looked like a snowball.
I was enrolled in ski class when I was 6 years old. Was the youngest and the weepiest. And I cried, but all my tears would freeze on my cheeks and nobody noticed.
Oh, well, did they give you a lollipop at the end anyway?
No, but I got a little pin. Junior skier, first class. I still have it somewhere.
We'll have to get it out and dust it off.
And give it to Robert. First of all, I have to get my skis out of the closet. I'm going to have to rent some for Robert.
Mm-hmm, and get him a smashing new ski outfit.
Not too smashing, though. I mean, he wouldn't be seen dead in anything too fashionable under these circumstances. He'd feel like a phony. Oh,
I'm ready. When do we head for the ski store?
well, there's no rush. We've already picked out everything for you.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about royal blue, Robert?
Royal blue skis?
Your outfit, you nitwit.
From your jacket and pants up to your goggles.
Down to your underwear. You know, that's what everybody is wearing. Color coordination these days. That's the first thing you have to know about skiing.
What's the second thing?
How to ski.
You'll find me at the bar.
This wife know her husband or what?
Robert, you are going to be out there every day, all day, skiing.
Till my face turns royal blue.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly why we're all going down to the ski shop to pick you out the right equipment and the right clothing.
But first of all, we're going to give you a ski lesson.
Why do I get the feeling I'm going to come back from this little adventure wearing plaster pajamas?
Because of your bad attitude, which you will hopefully leave in Port Charles.
Done. I take it Grant's still at work?
Yes, but he should be along any minute.
Taking a sickie, is he?
No, Jimmy Lee is giving them half the day off. It's the beginning of their shutdown, because because of the broken tiles.
Good timing.
Mm-hmm. For us. Bad timing for Jimmy Lee, I think. It's holding up the job quite a bit.
Incidentally, any calls from New York today?
No, sorry, communication room's been quiet all day.
What's happening in Manhattan?
One, the Rick Weber investigation case, and two, the ever-missing Dr. Campbell.
No clues, then?
Not since we found his coat.
So you think he's run into some trouble?
Well, if he is, he's in plenty of it.
Fear. The single most difficult thing to overcome in skiing.
Except perhaps for maybe a lack of coordination and tire chains. Now, as I understand it, you have to have tire chains to get to the top of the mountain. Grant told me that.
Well, the rental car will have the tire chains. You, on the other hand, have several more important things to worry about.
Like how to get down the slopes alive and stay on one's skis. There will be a chairlift to take you up there,
Yes,
won't there?
9, I understand.
Oh, well, it's easy done. You just jump on the chairlift, you sit down, and up you go the mountain, right?
After you're safely in the chair.
Well, what's the big deal there? Look, I may not be able to ski too well, but I can cope with sitting down without too much of a problem.
It's moving, Robert. It never stops. You have to scoot out in front of it without falling down.
What if you do?
It conks you on the head.
And then you don't get right up. The next one comes along and conks you too.
And then everybody in the line starts getting mad.
And laughing.
I hate this sport.
Why? You're not even at the top of the mountain yet.
Yeah, well, you'll find me by the fireplace within arm's reach of a nice stiff drink along with all the rest of the cowards.
Oh.
Oh. Hi.
The Scarlet Streak has arrived. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is it true that this chairlift thing never stops?
Well, no, that's not quite true. It stops in case of an emergency.
An emergency.
Yeah, derailment or someone falling off. As a matter of fact, we had a friend who got stuck on one of those things for 12 hours.
Oh, awful.
Yeah, finally ended up climbing down at 2 o'clock in the morning, coming down a rope ladder.
Yeah.
Lost 4 of his toes to frostbite. Oh, it was an ugly sight.
Wonderful.
Ready to go?
As I'll ever be.
Why don't we all have dinner later?
Oh.
To celebrate the trip.
You bet. I am starving.
And we will drink to the best long weekend we will have all year.
I'll drink to that.
What if they sell color-coordinated bandages in the shop?
Well, how do they feel?
Not bad.
Now, you want them to be snug, but not too tight. Tell me, can you move your toes?
They're moving.
Good.
That's how you want them.
I'll tell you this. You look like a real skier.
Really think so?
Yeah.
You do. You look like a pro.
Darling, you're not saying very much through all of this. What do you think?
Well, I'm just waiting for you to try and stand up. See, that's how you ski, on your feet, not on a chair.
You think I can't stand up?
Like I said, I'm just waiting for you to try.
Right, give us a hand.
Why?
To help me up.
Well, that wouldn't be fair. When you're out on the slopes, you'd be by yourself, all on your own. You won't have any help there.
You honestly think that I can't stand up?
I'd put money on it.
$5.
You're on.
Anybody else want part of the action?
No, thank you.
no. Me
We
either,
make
no.
it a point to stay out of other people's marital competitions.
Okay.
We're waiting, Robert.
Well, hand me those pointed things over there.
Who said anything about poles?
Well, I'll have them when I'm skiing.
But now, that is a good point.
Huh? Right. Okay. Through there.
Watch out.
Through there. Everybody, stand back.
Okay.
Believe me, we intend to.
Right? A 1, a 2. There.
He did
Let me see. All right, $5 cash, no credit cards, no checks. How do I look?
Well, I hate to admit it, but you look like you're in control.
It's great fun, Robert. You're going to learn to love it.
Not in this life, nor any other life, for that matter. Me, I'm a waterman.
Well, good. That'll set you up for water skiing next summer.
Woman has a one-track mind.
I'm just trying to give you a little encouragement.
Yes, well, I'm thinking of summer and a week's deep-sea fishing in Mexico.
Oh. Well, we'll talk about that in summer.
That is, of course, if I survive this little trip.
Robert, don't worry about it. You're going to be on the beginning slopes.
Which is exactly where we all started.
Huh? Well, you guys are all up in the clouds, huh?
Yes, on killer runs, negotiating the moguls effortlessly.
Oh, it makes me shiver just to think about
Celia
it.
is being a bit over-dramatic.
All right, so I'm intermediate still.
But you do have a lovely form, darling.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, to hell with form. I just want to survive.
Well, you will. You'll be just fine. As long as your skis fit exactly and the tension on the bindings is correct.
Tension I have plenty of.
Robert,
Robert, just relax. You're going to have the time of your life.
How we doing here?
they should do it.
You sell insurance policies with this stuff?
Beg your pardon?
Oh, don't worry. He's just kidding. You can go ahead and total it all up.
No. We've got a few things over here ourselves. Don't let him talk himself out of it.
Are you serious? Would you really rather be deep-sea fishing off Mexico?
Not. No. I'm looking forward to this, all right? So I've never done it before, but a new trick every now and again isn't going to hurt me. I'll take the $5 in cash now.
Talk about one-track mind.
Oh, what a great idea.
Oh, hot food coming through.
Well, we thought you deserved a treat after your hard day renting skis.
Wait a minute, I thought I made pretty good headway. I can stand in a lift line, and I'm color coordinated.
And the rest will come with practice.
Right.
Okay, who would like a beer?
I would love a beer.
Me too.
Let's live it up and bring out the whole six-pack.
Coming up.
Holly, napkins, plates, don't forget the beer, anything else you can think of.
Napkins, plates, beer. I better go give her a hand.
Thanks, Celia.
You know, Robert, I don't know what it is about pizza, but somehow every 3 months I have just got to have some.
It's what you call the junk food craving.
Oh, wait a second. That's not true. Pizza happens to be very good for you.
That's if you're into carbohydrates.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I can remember back during my training period at the American Village with this guy named Heinz. He was the fattest man you'd ever seen.
They teach you all about pizza there, too?
Yeah.
Bet it wasn't as good as this.
Not even close.
Well, look at this. The gluttons didn't even wait for us.
Well, you wouldn't have to sit here and watch it get cold, would you?
Look at all this. How can we do this to ourselves?
It's great. It's something to burn off on the slopes.
I agree. That's excellent logic. Thank you.
Yours is not mine.
Excuse me, ma'am. This will take about a second.
Holly?
Separate phones? How nice.
Well, if it's in the communication room, then it's for him. It's one of the advantages of having your office at home.
What's one of the other advantages?
Well, I get to sneak in a lunch with him every now and then.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Oh, I can't even imagine it. First a doctor's wife, now a construction worker's wife. We might as well live in separate states as far as having lunch together goes.
Well, you're right to a point. But we're going skiing, aren't we? Now, there's a few lunches that we hadn't planned on having together.
Right, yes. Thanks to a well-timed bout of luck, when I think we almost missed this opportunity.
Don't think about it. We are going, it's all set, and we're going to have a wonderful time.
That was fast.
You pop back for another piece of pizza.
Work now?
Yeah, something's just come up.
What?
So much for dinner. Can't have everything.
Which case, Weber or Campbell?
Weber. I just got a call verifying this Ginny Blake person. We've got a rundown on her anyway. And when I've done a bit of verifying, I'm going to call Rick back.
Still no news on the Campbell case?
That is a case of total frustration.
Still missing, huh?
Let's put it this way. It's been 2 weeks and the guy still hasn't turned up.
What do you think happened to him?
I can't even begin to guess.
Maybe he's just gone off somewhere.
Yeah. Like the face of the earth.
Robert, it's Rick.
I've got some more news on the company name on that check that Ginny Blake signed. Company ARB Finance is definitely a Brock company.
Which verifies the fact that Jenny Blake is Brock's employee.
Well, so she wasn't lying.
I wonder why Jake wasn't able to spot that when he first checked it out.
Well, there was no reason to dig that deep, I suspect. Well, at the time, anyway.
Anything else?
I've also got the New York police in touch with Ginny Blake's landlord, who says that she's been gone for a few days, but expected back around now.
Robert, what do we do if she doesn't show up?
Don't worry. We'll find her.
You still think she's in New York City somewhere?
I'll put money on it.
Well, considering my career's on the line, I am putting a lot more than money on it.
Sit tight, Rick.
Please keep me posted.
Right.
Thanks.
There's something about it. I'm not exactly sure what it is.
I think it's going back to the lodge after a full day of skiing. Too exhausted to do anything but fall asleep.
Almost anything.
That doesn't sound like much fun.
No, but she is right. That's what skiing is all about, Robert. You get out in the fresh air and you soak up some mountain sun, and then you head back to the lodge for the best après-ski I know, a hot bath and a glass of brandy.
Mm-hmm, and that sense of accomplishment.
You've challenged the mountain and you've won.
What about us losers?
There are no losers in skiing, Robert. Except those few nameless people who sit around by the fire drinking all day.
Okay, all right, point taken. I will give it my best shot.
Just wait. You're gonna love it. I have never met anyone yet who's tried it and hasn't loved it.
I am so excited, I can't sit still.
Why don't we leave right now?
That's a great idea. We've got our reservations. We've got our equipment. Let's get the hell out of here.
Just take a minute to put the racks on.
Hold it. At ease. Listen, there is one member of this group that happens to have some work to do, huh?
Why can't you take it with us?
I'm expecting the work to follow me here in the form of a few phone calls. Ah, there,
There's
could be
one
one.
now.
Hopefully followed by several others. Excuse me.
Can he afford to take time off?
Like it or not, he's going to.
Oh, don't worry, Holly. It's first day on the slopes. You'll never get him to come down again.
Yes, Dr. Tremaine, what can I do for you?
I found that name you called about the other day. Dr. Campbell's former patient in New York City.
That's great.
Have you got a pencil?
No, I don't, but go ahead anyway.
All right, his name is Barney Wilton, and he lives at 994 East 83rd Street.
994 East 83rd. Okay, I got it.
All right, good. Do you think it'd be any help?
Well, I'll have to talk to him first.
All right. Well, if I can be of any more help...
Yes, Doctor. Look, I'll let you know, and thank you for calling. Ah, you're leaving.
Oh, we lost track of the time.
It was a wonderful evening, and it's going to be a wonderful trip.
Certainly is.
Why don't you just give us a call whenever you're ready to leave?
Okay, it'll either be late tomorrow, maybe early the next day.
Good.
Okay,
Sounds terrific.
we'll see you then. Thank you for the pizza.
Anytime.
Mind how you go out there. There's a lot of ice around.
We'll be careful, Daddy.
Bye-bye. I'm so excited, I feel like a little kid again.
Yeah? Even Grant and Celia. They look as if they're a couple who've awoken from a deep sleep.
They're going to have a wonderful time.
We all will. Even me.
Really?
Yes, I'm starting to look forward to it. It's going to be great.
You know what the best thing is?
What?
That we will get to have a weekend all to ourselves with nothing and no one to spoil
Look at that. I don't believe it. Robert, take a look at this. You know, the longer I work here, the less I understand. Look at these figures here. Can you figure that out? You figure it out. I don't know. With raises and everything, it doesn't make much sense to me. Well, I'll get it. Commissioner Scorpio's office, Ramsey here. Who? Oh, yeah, he's right here. Hold on. It's for you.
Who is it?
New York PD, 14th Precinct.
Miss Scorpio here.
There's been a development in the Campbell case, Commissioner. A big one.
Let's have it.
Well, we found the doctor's tape recorder last night. They had a note with it. A pretty revealing one.
Revealing in what way?
Well,
Among other things, your name was mentioned.
Me? Right. Yeah, I got it all. Now, that's it? I see. All right, look, anything else, get back to me, will you? I mean, right away. Thank you. Stay in touch.
Okay, there's got to be some news. You were on that horn a long time.
They found Campbell's tape recorder.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Where?
In the vestibule in the 14th Precinct building.
What? You're telling me they found the evidence in the police station?
Cute, huh? Apparently someone left it there.
Who?
Your guess as good as mine. It was rather banged up, but the tape in the machine was harmless and totally exonerates Grant Putnam. On the other hand, there was a note there which seems to implicate me.
You?
That's what the man said.
Well, I don't get it.
Stand in line. One thing is for certain, though. This department is now officially involved.
Well, what did this note say? Oh, you got it. Good.
I tried to get to him in Port Charles, but the police commissioner was there. He shouldn't have come to New York to see me because he got his.
You got it? I'm sorry. I'm still mixed up. What does it mean?
Wish I knew.
Well, Robert, come on. Tell me, when were you with Campbell?
I wasn't.
Not at all?
Never been with him.
Well, maybe that note is saying that you were protecting Campbell.
I didn't know he was in danger.
Well, I'm not saying that you did.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure this thing out. It doesn't make sense.
I know. This whole thing's getting more confusing by the second.
So, where do we go from here?
Well, I go back to New York. While I'm there, I'm going to run a line on this Ginny Blake person as well.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't plan on having a lot of free time when you're in New York. You're going to have your hands full with the Campbell case.
Now, I wonder if there's some kind of connection between that tape and the appearance of one Barney Wilton.
Who?
Wilton. He's a former patient of Dr. Campbell's. He was supposed to be visiting him before he disappeared.
Well, that's something that's worth checking out.
Yeah, I intend to.
You know, you got to wonder about any criminal who would leave a clue right on the police's doorstep. Come on.
Listen, get the department psychiatrist to run a profile on this person. I'd like to know what kind of a guy has this much guts to pull a stunt.
Yeah.
Holly!
Hey, this is quite a crowd.
You won't believe how excited everyone is that we're having an Avalon spa in Port Charles.
Including you.
Me most of all, darling. I'm thrilled.
Well, I certainly could use a little excitement.
I know the feeling. Do you want to meet the lady who promises to put the glow back in all of our lives?
Meet her? I'd like to throw myself at her feet.
Right this way. I can't tell you how much your support has meant, and I intend to see to it personally that Avalon maintains the highest standards. You'll be proud to be a part of our family.
Lorena, excuse me.
Oh, excuse me. Hi, Tiffany. I'm so glad that you got here.
Oh, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. You remember Holly Scorpio?
Yes, we met at the Versailles room, right?
Right. I'm really looking forward to hearing more about your spa. It's certainly the talk of the town.
Well, would you like a sneak preview?
I would, yes, I'd love to.
Well, I'd love to show you around. You just name a time.
Perhaps next week.
Whenever.
I'd suggest earlier, but my husband and I are going on a little ski trip.
Oh, how nice.
You're getting Robert on skis?
Well, I'm getting him as far as the lodge. After that, we'll have to play it by ear.
Sounds like fun.
I can hardly wait.
Excuse us. Sure. Oh, Miss Shaw.
So, according to the department psychiatrist, we've got a guy here that either has a God complex or a death wish.
Yeah, great. That leaves us pretty much back where we started.
Not necessarily. There are quite a few similarities between the two extremes. One thing's for certain, though. We're not dealing with an ordinary mugging anymore.
You're right about that. The person could have hit Campbell and run, but instead he's playing games with us. The big question is why.
Not to mention who. You know, I'm just starting to wonder whether Dr. Campbell's former patient, Barney Wilton, might not be our boy.
Well, you know, there is one way to find out.
Yeah, I'm going to do just that. I want to be there when the New York Police Department questions him.
Good idea. What are you going to do right now?
Well, I can tell you what I won't be doing. That's taking any skiing trip. I will leave for New York City tomorrow morning. Listen, can you make some arrangements for me while I do my best to clean up this mess here?
Sure. I'll get on it right away.
Holly's not going to like this one little bit.
When? As soon as possible. Okay, which airport?
Make it LaGuardia. It's closer to the 14th Precinct building.
How about your return flight?
Well, I'll book that later. It depends a lot on how much I find out from this former patient of Campbell's.
Yeah, he's got to be the key.
Well, it's a place to start, but, you know, you may be right. Whoever left that tape recorder knows a lot more about Dr. Campbell than we do.
Get to where you know. Okay. You know, it seems that we never say anything but hello and goodbye at our British Club meetings. I'm so glad you could be here today with us, Holly.
Well, I'm delighted that Lila invited me. Seems that the response to the spa is a unanimous yes.
Oh, yes, I wish I could say that for the British Club. No, we should really put our heads together. As a matter of fact, I've got something in mind for a new project at the club. And I think between the two of us, we could make it happen.
I'm intrigued.
I'll get in touch with you.
Okay.
Oh, Holly.
Oh, Monica, would you thank Lila for inviting me?
Well, yeah, I will, but you're not leaving so soon, are you?
Yes, I have to run. I have a couple of sweaters I want Robert to try on before our trip.
Where are you going, Holly?
We're going skiing.
Oh, my, do I envy you?
I'm so excited. We're going to go with Grant and Celia.
Oh, I didn't know they were going skiing.
Well, we thought a foursome would be a good idea. It's going to take three of us to get Robert up on his skis.
Sounds great. Have a wonderful
Oh, we will.
Oh, do have much fun. Break a leg.
Or whatever they say to skiers.
I don't think that's it, but thank you for the thought. Goodbye.
That's
Goodbye.
right. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
Well, hello, darling.
Hello.
Still trying to break my credit line, are we?
No, just keep doing what you're doing. Just have a little surprise for you.
Oh, well, you know how I love surprises.
I do, yes. Okay. This is the first one. Or... Look at this. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a tough choice, I know, but you can do it. Just take your time. You know, a lot of people say that how you look on the slopes is more important than how you ski. This green one is just great. You can interchange this with the one that you got yesterday, and the snow won't show up too bad on it. And not that you'll be falling down much. The blue one, though. You see, the blue one goes with your ski pants. Also, it makes those wonderful eyes of yours look just fantastic. All in all, I'd say that...
No,
Okay, we'll take the green one.
I won't be taking either sweater.
You don't like them?
Look, Holly.
Okay, well, tell you what. You're such a hard man to please. We'll go back to the ski store, and we'll pick another one for you. You can't go skiing with just one sweater.
I won't be going skiing at all. The trip is off. At least for me. I won't be able to go with you.
What?
Look, I'm not doing this because I want to, you know.
No?
Something has definitely happened to Dr. Campbell.
Right. In New York City. It's not your responsibility.
It is, when I am implicated in a piece of the evidence.
The note just said that you were in Port Charles. And not even you, it said the police commissioner.
Well, whoever wrote it claimed that I was there. Now, I'm the police commissioner, and that's enough for me.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to New York City. I want to be there when the New York Police Department questions a former patient of Campbell's.
Another few days.
You expect the NYPD because I want to go...
This bunny character is going to be in town
That's
anyway.
a chance I'm going to have to take. Now, I'm no...
Just an excuse, you know it.
What are you talking about?
You never wanted to get... way to do it.
It so happens that...
To find some excuse to... Ruined everything.
Only for me. Look, I think you should still go.
Absolutely.
Holly, look. On the bunny slopes.
Now you're going to tell me that this is really for the best?
No, but it doesn't have to spoil your trip.
If you're not going, then neither am I.
Look, Holly...
That is final. I'd rather stay at home.
I think you...
What are you doing?
What does it look like?
You don't want to know.
Since I won't be needing this suitcase, I'm trying to put it away.
Oh, look, Holly.
Give me a hand, would you?
Whatever you say.
There. Robert? Where are you taking that suitcase? It belongs in there. Since I won't be needing it skiing, why don't you just let me take that and put it away, since it does belong in this cupboard down here? Robert, I'm not going to change my mind, you know. You can't talk me into going without you. I'm going to take it. Robert, where are you going with my suitcase?
I'm taking it upstairs.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it's a long way to carry your clothes from there down to there.
You changed your mind? You are going skiing?
No.
Well, then what?
I'm inviting you to come to New York City with me.
What?
That is, of course, if you don't have a better offer.
I accept. I accept.
Got an APB on you.
Oh, was I gone that long?
Long enough, judging from that little bag of booty you got there.
And I didn't even have to set foot out of the hotel. Robert, there is the most fantastic beauty parlor right on the mezzanine. They have all sorts of things that I never even heard of.
Any stock left for the other customers?
It's all in a very good course. Some of these skin creams are sensational.
Judging from these prices, they'd want to work miracles.
Oh, they probably do. In fact, I'll prove it to you. Just hold it right there.
For what?
I'm going to put some of this on you.
Oh, no, you don't. Now, listen, I have a meeting with the Manhattan Police today, and I refuse to walk in there smelling like a geranium.
Geraniums don't smell.
Oh?
But lavender does. And I think you'd be just divine with lavender cream.
No, I smell awful.
This is youth cream. You should see your face. Your wrinkles are disappearing already.
Really? Let's see how it works on yours. Yeah?
I don't have any wrinkles.
Really?
No, I don't. As a matter of fact, if we keep using this, you know, by the time we go to dinner tonight, before we go to the theater, that we'll look so young they won't even serve as a cocktail.
Wait, back up a little bit. What's this about the dinner and theater?
Oh, didn't I tell you? I've made a few plans.
Oh, well, that's nice. I hope you've left space in your plans for me to get out and work. I mean, that is, after all, the reason we're in New York.
One reason. I have a few others in mind.
Like what?
Well,
come on.
One of the creams I got is a night cream.
Really?
Very special night.
Oh, well, what's in it? No, I don't think I really want to know. Look, come on, up.
Oh, right. I guess you've been a pretty good sport.
Yeah, well, what I need at this point in time is a shower.
Oh, I think I bought something for that, too.
Save it. I have a meeting with the New York police, and I'm late as it is.
Dr. Campbell, right?
Yeah. One of Campbell's former patients. Hopefully this guy can shed some light on the disappearing doctor.
Sorry if I move a little strangely. My wife and I just returned from our honeymoon in the Caribbean. Afraid I got a beaut of a sunburn.
Well, congratulations on your marriage. Commissioner Scorpio and I will try not to take up too much of your time.
You're the police commissioner?
Port Charles, yes.
I see. I'm sorry, I am terrible with names. You said your name was Detective...
Lieutenant James, Mr. Wilton, New York PD.
Now, on the telephone, you said you wanted to talk about Dr. Campbell.
That's correct, yes. Have you seen him lately?
Oh, Lord, no. Not in years.
But you were a patient of his?
A very long time ago, yes.
How long ago, Mr. Wilton?
Maybe 10 years. I was in school in Scotland at the time. There was a lot of pressure on me, especially being an exchange student. I had a breakdown. Dr. Campbell got me through it.
And you haven't heard from him or communicated with him since?
Never. That'd be more than 10 years.
What about your wife? Was she also a patient of his?
Dottie, no, she never even met him.
And you'd know, wouldn't you? I mean, if she had heard from him recently.
Of course I'd know. I can guarantee she knows nothing about him. Now, may I ask a question?
Go right ahead.
What is all of this about? I mean, is Dr. Campbell in some kind of trouble or something? And where do I fit into this?
Well, we're not sure, Mr. Wilton. In fact, Commissioner Scorpio and I, we hope that you could tell us the answer. The fact is, Dr. Campbell's tape recorder was found at the door of one of our precincts. There was a letter attached, a cryptic letter. leading us to you.
Letter? About me? What did it say?
Well, it doesn't implicate you in any wrongdoing, Mr. Wilton, but it did indicate that you may have had some recent communication with Dr. Campbell.
That's ridiculous. I just told you I haven't seen him in years.
You haven't talked to him either, is that correct?
I've had no contact with him whatsoever. I'm certain he can confirm that.
Dr. Campbell's missing.
Oh.
We have reason to believe that he was in the New York area recently, but he's disappeared.
But does he still live abroad?
He does, but he's not been in touch with any of his associates because we've checked.
Can we get back to the letter with the tape recorder? Is there anyone you can think of who you might know who might have written it?
Not a soul. I can't imagine why my name was even mentioned.
Tell you what, I'll leave you my card. And if you hear from someone, anyone at all, regarding this matter, would you give me a call?
Of course I will. I'm sorry I can't be of more help to you now. You know, thinking about this, I'm really not surprised.
Surprised in what way?
About anything you've told me. I mean, after all, Dr. Campbell was a shrink. He must have dealt with some real weirdos. It's hard to say what anyone could have done to him.
Well, we certainly like the highlight, don't we?
Robert, I thrive on it. You know, I called room service and asked them for some pastries, and look at these wonderful petit fours they sent me. Oh, and I asked for 2 cups in case you came back in time. Would you like some tea?
I'd love some.
I'm dying to know. How did it go with Dr. Campbell's patient?
Well, there's not much to tell, really. He hasn't seen Campbell in ages and doesn't know why he was mentioned in the note.
Well, whoever wrote the note must have had some reason.
Damned if I can find it. I mean, I don't even know who wrote it. I mean, it's just one blind alley after another.
That usually means that you're looking up the wrong alley.
You could be right. I mean, but at this point, I mean, damn it, we don't know anything. I don't even know for sure whether there's been a crime committed.
But it was Dr. Campbell's own tape recorder, wasn't it?
Yes, that's been established. But, I mean, who took it? How? Why? When? What's the game plan? Too many unanswered questions.
May I make a suggestion?
Go ahead. Occasionally your suggestions are quite good.
Take a breather.
What sort of a suggestion is that?
Well, forget about the whole thing for a while. Just put it completely out of your mind. And then when you go back to it, you might see something that you missed.
Well, there's one little flaw in that plan. If I put the Campbell case down, I have to pick up the Ginny Blake one.
Later.
Darling, that's my job.
All work and no play makes Robert a...
I think it's a dull boy.
You never. Here. Eat one of these and you'll feel much better.
I really don't want to. Really.
This price, eat. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Oh, tell you, Robert, I could do this forever.
Oh, what's that, love?
Shop in New York City. Just give me an open charge account and set me loose. It's my idea of heaven.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
You look a million miles away.
Well, I'm just thinking, really.
About Dr. Campbell?
Indirectly.
Oh, I don't understand.
I'm curious about something. Was Grant Putnam in Port Charles the night Campbell disappeared?
I don't know. Why?
I'm just wondering whether he may not have been in New York City. One thing's for certain. Whoever went after Campbell knows Port Charles and me.
Apparently. But what's the connection? Who back home is linked to both of you?
The one person in Port Charles who was in contact with me and Campbell was Grant Putnam.
You really think he's a suspect?
It's a possibility.
But an unlikely one.
Well, I know it's a long shot, but let's face it. I mean, this case is hardly top-heavy in clues.
But Grant Putnam...
He's the only link between the both of us.
Don't you think you're putting a little too much weight on the note that was found with Dr. Campbell's tape recorder?
Well, that's all I have to go on, love.
Yet maybe it was meant to put you off track.
At this point, I'm not on any track at all. I mean, even a false one's better than nothing. I mean, at least it's a place to start.
The note implied that you stopped whoever this person is from getting at Dr. Campbell, right?
Right.
When were you around to do that?
I've not the slightest idea.
Was there any such incident with Grant Putnam?
None that I can remember.
I don't know, Robert. What would Grant Putnam have to gain by killing Dr. Campbell if he really is dead?
I don't know, lover. I don't have any answers. I'm sitting here trying to pull together a few pieces and nothing fits.
And Grant Putnam really did seem genuinely upset when he found out that Dr. Campbell was missing.
Seems so to me.
Why would he risk everything to get rid of his former psychiatrist?
I'm not saying he did. I'm just examining all the possibilities, even the unlikely ones.
Seems to me you're heading for a dead alley.
I'm not going to know that till I start to troop down it, am I?
What about the psychotic patient theory, where somebody, we don't know who it is, follows him to Port Charles and tries to do him in?
Yeah, well, the one patient we had didn't kind of pan out, so that remains just a theory. What we're left with is a rather shaky relationship between Putnam, Campbell, and yours truly.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to find out if Grant Putnam was in Port Charles the night that Campbell went to New York City.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to question him again.
I intend to.
Does that mean we have to go back to Port Charles?
You ready for that?
No. I'd be quite happy to stay here another month.
Well, I'm sorry I can't. However, I guess we can stretch it a few more days.
Oh, good. I thought you would be anxious to go back and talk to Grant Putnam.
Well, I am, but I've also got to get a line on Ginny Blake. Huh?
Oh, should have known there was more business.
Come on, love, that's the reason we're here, remember?
Speak for yourself.
Look, come on. I knew it was going to be like this.
Yeah, I suppose, but I did think I might just bump into you occasionally. I mean, if it weren't for the fact that we were staying in the same room, I don't think I'd see you at all.
Has it been that bad?
Oh, I've quite enjoyed the trip. But I would like to see more of you.
I mean, bedtime and breakfast isn't good enough?
So I'm selfish.
I guess I have been a little unavailable of late.
Would I have spent all my time shopping if you weren't?
What do you suppose I should do about that?
I think you should allocate a lot more of your time for me.
How does tonight sound?
You mean it?
Get yourself all dressed up and find out.
So what should I look forward to?
Well, let's do the town. I think an early dinner, then theater. How does that sound?
That sounds fantastic.
Good. Then that's the game plan. You get dressed, and while you're doing that, I shall check out one Ginny Blake.
How?
Well, I know where she lives. I'll just go around there and see what turns up.
Oh, who turns up?
That too.
When will you be back?
In plenty of time to get dressed for dinner.
How do you know she hasn't moved away?
Well, I don't.
Well, if she has, you could always speak to the manager, especially if he lives there. You know, he might be able to give you a few leads or something.
Good idea.
Oh, but be very careful you don't give yourself away, okay? You know, pose as a friend. Don't go in as the police. I'll never talk to you.
I remember that.
Maybe I should go with you.
You just can't get enough of the old detective work, can you, eh?
I wouldn't know. You didn't never give me the chance to find out. Oh, Sherlock,
Holly, look, I really have to go.
without your gloves?
No, I guess not.
Some detective you'd make. You don't even know it's snowing outside.
This is hers.
Thank you.
It won't do you any good. Like I said, the lady isn't home.
Never can tell.
Suit yourself.
Well, I may just hang around till she gets back.
You could have a long one.
Well, I'm in no hurry. Tell me, how long has Miss Blake lived here?
A few years.
You know her well?
Not really. I only see her to take her checks.
I see. Tell me, has, she ever been late with a month's rent?
Pays on time every time. Not like some of the other tenants I've gotten here.
Yeah.
Miss Blake keeps to herself, but she's no trouble. At least she didn't used to be.
What do you mean?
Well, you tell me, Commissioner. What have you got on her?
What makes you think I've got anything on her?
It's all that coming and going, isn't it? She's up to something and you're on to her, right?
Wrong.
What are you doing here?
I live here, remember?
I thought you were gone.
Obviously. I'm not up to anything, not that it's any of your business, but if you want to play cops and robbers, why don't you do it someplace else, okay? I'm Ginny Blake.
Robert Scorpio, Police Commissioner of Port Charles.
Please come in, Mr. Scorpio. I've been expecting you.
You or didn't you offer Rick Weber a bribe?
Well, I'm sure getting the blame for it, that's for sure, thanks to Brock.
You trying to tell me you didn't offer Rick that bribe?
No, what I'm trying to say is you don't know the whole story.
That's why I'm here for a few questions.
Maybe you ought to be questioning Weber, Commissioner. I mean, he's the one who committed the crime.
I'm not so sure about that.
I told you what he did.
I'm more interested in what you've done, Miss Blake, in that you've used the fact that you're Mike's mother to get close to the Webbers.
That has got nothing to do with what happened.
Just a big coincidence, huh?
Yeah, it is a big coincidence. But you want facts? I'll give you facts. One, Rick Weber solicited a bribe. I heard him clearly ask for a payoff. I obliged him.
Why?
To catch him in the act, which is exactly what I did.
And why would you want to trap Rick Weber? I mean, are you the Cape Crusader in your spare time?
I don't like to see big, important honchos take advantage of innocent people.
And I feel the same way about con artists.
Oh, great. Great. Weber's the criminal. I get the 3rd degree.
Maybe that's because I don't buy your story.
All right, what do you want me to do?
Are you prepared to testify in a court of law to what you told me here?
Absolutely.
Are you aware of the penalties for perjury in this state?
I'm not lying.
Well, we're going to find out one way or another. Tell me, whose money did you use in the payoff, Brock's?
His company's.
You had access to $25,000? That's a lot of petty cash.
Brock trusts me with company checks. I can sign without a counter signature. Weber asked for $25,000. I signed, no problem.
Not for you, anyway.
I don't know how much more proof you need.
There's more to this than meets the eye, Miss Blake, and I intend to prove it.
All right, great. You go ahead. You do that. Right ahead. But right now, for now, Mr. Commissioner, I think you have taken up enough of my time.
You've seen nothing yet.
Cheerio, Commissioner.
We'll be in touch. You can bet on it. Hi. Well, guess I'm a little late, huh? I can explain. Well, you see, what happened was that Ginny was a little late in getting back. And so I decided to hang around, and, well, when she got back, we chatted for a little, and here I am.
What did you do? Take her to the dinner and theater?
Oh, come on, Holly, please, look,
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
Business comes first and second and third. I don't think I even come in the top 10.
Oh, darling, that's not true. Come on, look. You know that you're numero uno with me. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's why you stood me up.
Look, I've been trying to shake Ginny Blake's story regarding the bribe.
Which is?
That Rick solicited the payoff. She claims was made on behalf of DeLise.
Under orders from Brock.
Well, that part's a bit unclear. However, she did say that it had nothing to do with her being Mike's mother.
And you believe that?
You don't?
Of course not. It's the biggest load of rubbish I ever heard. It's obvious that Brock was using Mike to get at Rick. Well, he figured that Rick would back down and reopen DeLise rather than be raked over the coals by the press as a corrupt public official. Well, when he refused to stand down, then Brock panicked and he just went too far. What's so funny?
I'm sorry, go on, go on.
Oh, you think I'm wrong?
No. No, I mean, you're probably right. However, you are without a doubt the most mercurial person I've ever met.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, just a few minutes ago, you were roaring crazy mad at me. Now, you've forgotten it.
I have not forgotten.
Oh, yes, you had until I reminded you. And you want to know why?
No.
Because you love playing detective.
I do a very good job at it, too.
You'll do.
Give me a couple of days and I could solve this case.
Yeah, well, I'd sooner take you to dinner. You are still hungry.
I'm famished.
Well, we'll have to do a rain check on the
in the theatre, but, well, you at least have the benefit of my company for the remainder of the evening. How's that? Maybe after 2.
Well, that's fine, as long as you promise to tell me all about the Ginny Blake case whilst we dine.
Don't you ever think of anything else but business?
Now, about Ginny Blake.
Oh, come on, love, I haven't even had my first jug of martinis yet.
Well, we shouldn't waste valuable time. This is an important case.
They all are.
Oh, that reminds me. Whilst I was sitting waiting for you, I had a lot of time to think.
You like to rub it in, don't you?
What you were saying about talking to Grant Putnam again, I think you're absolutely right. You have to question him about Dr. Campbell's disappearance.